Good afternoon and welcome to Life Matters right here on Jericho TV. My name is Kedi. The afternoon is a good one and a happy new month. Yes, we are in the love month, and this month, please make sure that you show love. Love, nothing but love. Let's love lead in February because it's a month of love. I'm looking beautiful with Rosie's signature. She is on IG at Rosie's signature. And let me also remind you that we are streaming live on all our social media platforms at Jericho Media TV. And please follow us, subscribe, hit the notification button, and then anytime we come live or upload the content, you get to enjoy all our programs as well. Want to also wish our Papa, the prophet of the house, Prophet Nakwa Isaac, also a very, very happy love month, and all the entire congregation of Jericho Miracle Church. And this afternoon on Life Matters, you know that our shows are brought to you in segments, and on our lifestyle and fashion segment, we will be discussing healthy benefits of spices. You know, at times you need to add a bit of spice in your meal to make it look delicious, yummy, and mouth watering. And again, you need to have the right one, and also not just putting a spice to spice up your food, but a spice that will also get to enhance or improve your health. It's very, very important. So that is why we are looking at the healthy benefits of spices on our lifestyle and fashion segment. I've been joined here in the studio with a very beautiful woman. I love her so much. Sometimes meeting somebody for the first time and you see them, they are very open, and you know that yes, you have met your sister from another mother. She is in the person of Rebecca Konedu Damina or Damina. She's the lead team for Edi's Foods, a wife or a mother of three, and an external auditor by profession. She is the woman I have here in the studio with me, and she's my guest, and I'm happy to have you here. Hello.
Hello.
Robbie.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Fine,
Happy
thank
New
you.
Month. Happy Love Month.
Same to you,
I hope the love is going well.
Yes, and luckily, it's my month too. So I'm actually born in February. And all my girls were also born in February. So
how did you work that mass?
I don't think I did. God just gave me that favor.
Oh yes, I believe in that favor. Today we are looking at healthy benefits of spices.
Okay.
What even birthed Edi's food production?
Okay, so growing up, my mom taught me how to use natural spices in cooking. So she would send you to town, to the market, and she'll ask you to buy kete and rosemary and all that. So after I got married, I realized the food was becoming one way.
Charlie, any day I hear one way.
You come back from work, you are too tired. You need to do all those grinding and peeling of spices before you cook and all that. And so I decided to do more research.
Okay.
And take some courses in spices.
Okay.
And then, by the grace of God,
it has birthed a vision.
Yes, it did, and it's really doing well.
Why do we even need these spices in our foods?
So I think the very first point was the health benefits.
Okay.
So apart from the fact that we need to eat, we need to pay attention to the health benefits we get from what we use in cooking.
Yes.
So spices has a lot of health benefits. First of all, what is spices? So people would say,
yes,
me, I don't like spices. What is spices? Spices is either the roots, the fruit, the bark of a tree, or the seeds of a plant.
Okay.
And so they are 100% natural. Okay. So you get a lot of health benefits. From research has given us a lot of health benefits. So you can get a lot of researchers or institutions that have done researches like John Hopkins Medicine. So they tell us that, for example, turmeric has anti-inflammatory effects.
Yes.
It helps with toning down swellings.
Yes.
We have spices like cinnamon that helps with lowering the blood sugar levels,
yes,
and then blood pressure.
Yeah.
spices fight against diseases,
Yes.
infections.
Yes, they
Sometimes
contain probiotics too,
yes,
especially for infections.
yes. Sometimes you may even have a mouth odor. We have spices that helps in toning that down. We even have
sore
spices,
throats.
yes,
Cold and
nasal
cough.
congestion.
Yes.
We have we also have spices that helps in boosting breast milk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yes. Yes.
Wow.
Yes, we do. And then also
I'm a breastfeeding mother.
Oh, then you don't have any problem at all.
Wow.
You should just see me after, and then I'll sort you out.
Oh, please sort me out because I want my boy there. He can.
Then
drink.
You don't have a spice like fenugreek.
Okay.
You just prepare it in the form of tea and you take it.
Okay. So the spices, it's not that we only add it into our meal or whilst we add it to our food.
Okay.
But then we can take them raw, like the turmeric.
Yes.
The cinnamon.
Yes.
We can take them raw as well.
Yes. So these foods is even coming up with tea blends.
Okay.
That you can use some of the spices as tea. You can take it in the morning for detox.
Yeah.
Or for boosting
burning their cholesterol and all that. Oh wow. Now I believe that you've mentioned turmeric.
Yeah.
You've mentioned cinnamon.
Yeah.
What are some of the types that we have? Because I can see that you have some also here. These are your products.
Yes, yes.
This is what is in the market.
Few
of your products.
Yes,
okay, so we'll get to that where you tell us a bit more. But let's look at what we have currently on our set and what it does, and then what even makes up the components in
it. So we have something like jollof seasoning.
Okay.
Yes, and these are all 100% natural.
Natural.
So we have spices
so
like
it
ginger.
means that we have spices that are unnatural.
Yes.
We have our
We
unnatural
have seasonings that are
not natural.
Yes.
Okay,
They're
but if you
artificial.
really want spices like the definition you gave, back of tree, the plants, the seeds, then it must be natural.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have jollof seasoning.
Okay.
This is a combination of spices and herbs. So spices like ginger, coriander, cinnamon, paprika, that has been put together.
Okay.
That carefully pairs with your stews or your jollof recipes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any preservative, anything mixed with it? Just the raw plant?
This is 100% natural, and it's actually been approved by FDA too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we have poultry seasoning.
Okay.
So that's for all types of poultry. So you can have your chicken, your turkey, your duck, guinea fowl, and it pairs very well with those types of meat. We have the meat seasoning, all-purpose meat seasoning. We have our kelewele blend.
Okay.
We have fish or seafood seasoning.
Okay.
Mixed herbs, which is more like all-purpose. So you can use it just about anything.
Okay.
And we have the single spices like the garlic.
The ginger.
Black pepper, ginger, white pepper.
Okay.
Fine. Yeah.
Now let's look at, a lot of us have become busy moms.
Yeah.
Busy wives. So coupling the wifey duties to the mommy's duty and the responsibility of our work makes it quite difficult. I know a lot of marriages that have gone, broken because of keeping the home and especially cooking the meal in the house. Yeah. How does these spices improve our cooking? How do they even make our cooking so easy that I don't have to lose my husband because I came in late and I have to grill some few chicken with vegetables that we can maybe take it with a smoothie or a juice. But then I'm just tired because me share time and make ko yi je ne ho na ma trotro kakedro ne ho na garlic no so ma se be yi ho and some dey go blend dem na ma blend it just a process na wa wo tie wo hu na mu a bra wa bre enti no pam no twa no ye beda come enti these spices are there to just boost and help us make the cooking easy. At the moment I come, I just use it and go. So how has these spices that some of you have produced have helped our cooking to be very, very easy and saving our marriages, as a matter of fact?
Yeah. So spice blends or seasoning blends, especially when it comes from a very good spice company like Edi's.
Okay. Yes.
They take careful. They carefully select all their spices and herbs. First of all, they carefully source the raw materials.
Okay.
Yes, and because they have researched and studied into it, they give you a perfect flavor.
Yeah, it's a professional work.
Yeah, they give you a perfect flavor. So you come in, for example, you want to do your chicken, you take your poultry seasoning, you just marinate it for, let's say, about 30 minutes.
Okay.
And you are good to go. You just either you grill or you fry or you steam it before you do whatever you want to do with it. Yeah, and then it saves time.
Okay. Yes, because all those processes of chopping and all that would come down, because with the fire, I know where she
no problem.
Yeah.
And then it also has more nutritional value because the experts or Edie's Foods has carefully selected those spices that are good for your health.
Yes.
And has been put together for you to use in cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also very convenient, soft life. I mean, one bread you just put in and you are good to go.
Yeah.
It saves cost.
Yes. And kame ba wa baby say obi be ka say ginger de anka me come market 5 cedis bebre. So what I say?
Yeah.
Me garlic ya bone me ensa bi 10 cedis. And anka me in terms of sikasamunti, me prefer say me call that long process compared to this one. So how affordable are these ones?
Because it's done in bulk.
Okay.
It's affordable.
Okay.
Yes, and as I said earlier, it saves costs. Why? Because fine, there's ginger and garlic and onion and everything, but do you know the right quantity you have to put together? One. So since you may not know, you just go in there and you buy anything.
Okay.
And you may not even know the type of spice that you are buying, whether it's the good one or not.
Yeah.
So because Edie's Foods have put this together, you are assured that
every amount you put in your food contains the right amount and is going to do the right justice to the meal, giving it all the flavors. And again, it's also going to protect your health. There are other people whose certain medical conditions, and my doctors are catching them say, "Mendi cube crab bium, mendi spices bium." We mun fall under that group.
Not at all.
Okay.
This is perfect for every type of diet or every type of person or age.
Okay.
Yes. So this doesn't fall under the MSGs.
Okay.
There's no MSG.
Okay.
There's no salt.
Okay.
So you're even you take your own quantity of salt that you want to use in your cooking.
Okay.
Yeah. So
okay. Yeah. You mentioned health benefits.
Yeah.
My share some few of them. Nafe what share ye chi akwan ebia na obi share nimpa de be pese de betumi aye ne business akwan ben so na obetumi afa so enya afa di way aye business. I spoke about the cost. Sesi ya no mema wa bobo prices no sina be ya no pese de be business be so oh ebia na me tokra na me de kakra we ka ho a it can move or it can go, because sesi ya de obi adidi and then your homes in restaurants, bars, schools, and in fact we need these natural spices in our schools.
Yes.
The most, because we love our children and we need man. We the 10 cities can my betia. I'm mom papa my. You understand? My share some of the health benefits. So we need a good spice. Edi good with do anymore. Ebe ya mawo. Na fe we are what trends so be per se. Or the spices we put in the juma, quite or befa saw the bay. Then we cheer quine so. Now am I you social media handles will be biana. What do you need now come back, mommy?
So spices be to say seasoning blends, yeah. It helps boost your immune system, which is very important.
Say yes, ebe ma enam no aye de aneduane na aye de nko. Okay.
Apomodin a obesenya wo mu ye ebe boost your immune system.
Okay.
Ma wonyare especially say ye school food with man kwala ya.
Yeah.
Ye ukunu nom ye nuanom ye maame nom ye papa nom ebe ma tembia na
apomodin.
Yes.
Okay.
And then it also helps in developing the
IQ and the brain.
Yes, the brain. So you have spice that develops the and then we have the anti-inflammatory effect of some of the spices.
We didn't kind a boss.
Yeah.
Okay. And since no if na more numbers, more handles na fe yemfa segment we baha.
Okay, I said neighbor. So
we
have
yeah,
this is going for just 20 cedis.
Okay.
But then we have wholesale prices.
Okay. Until we there retail.
This is the retail price.
Okay.
It's 20 cedis, and these ones goes for 35 cedis.
Okay.
We also have the bigger bags. That's for the restaurants and the schools and
the chop bars. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also for, I mean, it's very economical.
Yeah.
And because they are 100% natural,
no.
A little goes a long way. Me when they say, oh, what's very small, and you are good to go.
Okay.
You are good to go. Okay. Yeah. You will Tabora.
Okay.
Yes, so we have outlets at Kanda.
Okay. And you know, baby, these products and spices you be at
Okay.
Kanda.
When you be Kanda.
Okay.
Kanda, Dog Mini Mall.
Okay.
It's a shopping mall very close to Mango and Wheat restaurant.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I have an outlet too in Kumasi.
Okay.
I have some at Tachu.
Okay.
I may not remember all the shops, but forgive me. I have some at Oyarifa.
Okay.
And you will be at Dansoman.
Okay.
You will be so Tamale.
Okay.
Cape Coast.
Okay.
It's
a nipa ni kwa watakwa no peso be too.
Yes.
No, or they call guni shop muna or tonwa or betumi na school be pebia. Fa number ni to mami.
So you can reach us, and I'm on Sabekanyan was 059229655. Message to Subium 05922965555. And I saw be fraying.
So I you know where these spices.
Yes,
na spices in way yemfa bibia mfremu natural say na be ya weduane di ebe koso sa wo so wo pe dwuma ayi afimu a we nsuso your opportunity a life matters ye dey som se wo nsuso benya edwuma na waye me kai wo so se wo ye dwuma ko bi na wo be pese ye be ye edwuma bomu a me tonsa efrel de bia me ka me se ye packages no eda form kra enti no bra na life matters dwumadi aye wo Jericho ni ye programs hina ye hina ye mbom na ye nye dwuma ma we dwuma ni da so a wo wa afini mu no nyame be ye wadom na wonsa akan ye bebo we dwuma no ho de ru ama na wankasa so wo be hu se wo benya so emfa so metwa me ho kakra bi sa me ba ye de dwumadi ni akan hina ebe so me da these spices say obefa yakwemu anti kwenedu nyame shaw
nso me da se
me pacha me basisi a men sisa TV no ye de dwumadi na akan beba beso mo I am Khadi at the bar life matters so ewie na safe and I would we feed na to her me say me more happy love month na dwumadi life matters there we say life matters and so live and live it well nyame wa babra boni ye nti hu se na obetoto wo niama wa hihya wo niama bibia ebekoso na we ni so beji abraba wo bo no ehu na ye segment ya ye drew see ene ye won komo twetwe bi a ye de ba besomo ene ye be ka communication in marriage ye nhwe bia na ware no nko a ye be hwe communication in every aspect of your brabom say ye be si be din komo yi wodi obi ti wo ho kafote na mutumi di mo ho enkomo yi enkomo ehia enkomo ese enkomo efata enkomo ebeboa mo aware ni manetumi ayeden etumpon enkomo ebeboa mo se ne ebe si a mbetimi kwa betimi atete mo maye enkomo ebeboa mo metumi kwa etumpon akomo nim ewo ne amoye hina eho as awarefo no ende ye baba behwe ye behwe so se awarefo nko a na ebia na ebimu etosin ewo won komodie mu ana se si ye ba won a won ware ne so ana edwuma fa so a obi su tumi tosin eba na eba tete ena eba hwe so a obi su tumi tosin ewo kasa mu ana nkomodidie mu ana enenu ewia we me guest a ombeboa me na ma discuss me topic communication in marriage, you know. I have here with me Pastor Josh Nunu, or your lead pastor our Gloryville Church. Na afenso so no enyo no kwa ene owo ha sei Dr. Josephine Awotwe enso so ewa ha sei ono so a practical doctor ewa Ghana ha ya akwaba Dr. Josephine, how are you doing?
Good.
And Pastor Josh Nunu within a video. So Nunu a Ghanaian, right?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, Gano B. Gano B. Oh, you can't kind tree ni brofini na yeah de afra from me wakwaba biom ediba life matters. So Afishiapa. We are meeting in the year. Right. Dr. Josephine, once so Afishiapa. I feel I share I feel it's good to meet you again.
Likewise.
And I bless God for all of your life. Yes, and then you share communication in marriage. Also for to see I didn't want to be biased. And see Dr. Josephine, what you are not searching right. But you are not glued as not well. And you know, and also is out of the market. So at least I can be fair enough say makes me address all the aspects, you know, Mama Sha say also Pastor Josh communication. The word is communication.
Communication, what we are basically talking about is the exchange of ideas, information between two people.
Okay.
It could either be verbal, non-verbal gestures, so long as manipana TBB it's a form of communication. Yeah, and you know, basically when we say communication, at the end of the day, an information is transferred from you to another person.
Me true. Me you know it. Dr. Josephine, also for Josh Amaye who say, the sharing of, and my key word here is the sharing, because ayana pembe brain no ebano kasa ade ba ko a yen tanfa ya dwento yen fa ya dwenti no obi wo ha o kasa anyhow obe kasa ewie obe kwakotena se kaka no I say asem we ni manka na fe no obe fra pacho enti no eba ne kasa even parents cry in terms of raising children just say nyame aye wadom a atete a obaba tete no bie wa no obe ka bibi sesi a enti ne kasa is very important. Acquire the least thing to we put our minds on. The only time that communication becomes a priority is when a child is growing, you know, that milestone, doctor, that milestone. See, awuphobia no, ubadru pain a waso kasa. Now, why you're anxious? That is the only moment most people put their mind on when it comes to communicating. But at the moment abofani be start to say or kasa no mpo no yempa ye kasa won abofani ntempo ya yenye careful etumika bibia the time go say woman nkola dia agro na o use words bi na afi na wo betia and say yenka we. So it's quite a very important topic pa na ye hwe no so far my who say sometimes it's not verbal, sometimes it's verbal. Sabrofo no bubumu mami.
Okay, so back to that, Nika, that's not the only form of communication.
Okay.
We have verbal, non-verbal, we have written.
Written communication?
Yes.
Okay.
And we have visual.
Okay.
Because sometimes it may be make us also better as obey man.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, my mum problem tired, especially you this and bonia. You know, sure, angle now.
Now, who say yes. It's verbal, no. Just say me no we kase.
Yeah, kase.
Just say what's me ne. Yes, that's
okay.
verbal.
Okay.
Okay, non-verbal, our attitude, our actions, our demeanor.
Tell me na kase action speaks louder than words. Oh, okay. I'm learning something.
Because sometimes somebody is saying something verbally, but non-verbally in the actions, no, is saying otherwise. Then you realize that the other person is angry because, but that is not what I said. That is not what you said. But then how you are, you know, the way you are acting and your expression and everything is speaking otherwise.
Okay.
So we have because it's also communicating to the person.
Okay.
So we have the non-verbal.
Okay.
Okay. Then we have the written communication. Those, I mean, when you go to the formal settings and things, sometimes you want to, even initially before phone became common, your boy or your husband, you have to put it down.
Hey, I love you like that. Would you be?
Hey, share.
But that's why we be at home. The cockroach watching my box. The Gary in my shitter. Okay.
Oh, so even right now we write emails.
Yes.
Formally, when in a company we send memos.
Yes.
We do all sorts of. There are written forms of communication because trying to send
pass
an idea. Yes, pass on an information to somebody, and then the visual bit that I spoke of earlier.
Okay. And to say, I know ya say communication or pass on information. Also for Osha, a deben cry near my wife because tea, who changed to wife. Hey. Asafo, what didn't you say? Hey, I know some women is watching. Just say, West, you know, there was a communication of proposal. Say, me person me know what na. Just say, I feel na ube man, just ube so vision, you know. I seen any so I say, ebefa and all that. E dey pa na awari enu mum nya be ya awari bia. No be other silence meeting. What could be the problem in the marriage that ceases communication?
So, with time, you know, human beings get to a point where they get used to each other.
Familiarity.
You know, yes. But I believe that marriage is work. Every day you have to make a conscious effort. Say, you are, take it as if still your girlfriend and I still your boyfriend.
Okay.
The way you're about to something, fit an appointment and can you call? Why haven't I heard from you?
Yeah, it's everything all right.
Yeah,
with
but
you.
because we are seeing each other every time, communication becomes less because okay, I turn here in the kitchen, I turn here at the hall.
Okay.
But you have to make deliberate effort to, oh, how was your day? Like engage the person. Make the person be show interest in what the person does. You have no idea about it, but you, for listening sake, will be some question. You are a medical doctor.
Yes.
And you know, okay, so today how many surgeries did you? Oh, I worked on the gastric organ, but you are not on him gastric. Endocrine system, but I see. Yeah. Then. And you know, you are making effort to always have
keep that
point. And you know, it is deliberate. It must be intentional. And yes, you can be there a day or two. The only time we'll be communicating, accommodate me. Yes. And the person something may be eating your partner up, and he wants to reach out, she wants to reach out, but you have become so distant. And you have to make effort to say, no, I want to talk to you. What's wrong? How's your day? Make efforts.
Dr. Josephine, making the efforts, should I intentionally every day be a sorry? Me wo bibi wo me mua me pese me engaging my partner in communication in and out.
So first and foremost, no, I think it boils down to one, friendship. Okay, there are some couples who are not friends. Okay, we like to talk to our friends.
Yes.
Okay, when you have something bothers you, you call your friend. The closest person to you is who you call.
Yeah.
Okay, so sometimes if the foundation is not right or things are not right in the marriage, you realize that it automatically affects communication. Okay, so it boils down to the foundation of the marriage and at the point you are. Sometimes maybe they started well, but then as they were genuine in the marriage, they got to a point where things were not so good. So now it has ruined the link. Yes, you know, that kind of friendship between the two of them. But when you are embarking on a journey called marriage with somebody, communication is an essential part of it. You cannot allow it to go down. Yes, so you have to make a conscious effort to work on it. So sometimes we have some people who are very busy. You know that they are busy people, yes, but nobody is too busy not to eat or not to use the washroom. So you can schedule. I know some men of God. I know my personal man of God who has who has scheduled, you know, has an alarm.
Yeah.
So maybe 11, 12, let me check on, because he can get so engrossed in his work that he can just forget about it. So now he'll just send a very sweet message, you know, just thinking about you, hope you and the kids are good, something like that, and the person will feel like, okay, he's thinking about me, although he's busy. It doesn't take 5 minutes.
Somebody
doesn't
can
take
just
3
say,
minutes.
oh, I'm spelling the chicken flavor here.
Okay.
Fish
Exactly, my. Then you say so the person will know that you're thinking about the person. Yeah. So that is just checking on the person. You see, sometimes you can just pass. Maybe you're busy in between your schedule. Just pass by like 5 minutes. Just pop and see the person's face, see what's happening. Yeah. It helps to sustain the friendship. It helps to sustain the communication. It makes it easy to do the difficult bits of communication. Because if you can't do the simple part of the communication, it makes the difficult part more difficult.
A lot of relationships goes immediate, even if it's not married. At the moment that you cohabit, then probably maybe the man's parents know that okay, maybe I'm Shana, or one maybe so, and them or bani mammy so me who I do me call a brand new fear question. If that even happens, you realize that the communication thing begins to break off. You said something very important, that there are other things that journeyed through the relationship that could break. But Pastor Josh also said that marriage is work. And you know, that thing that is trying to take our focus or maybe still the joy of the marriage, is it not also a matter of something that we need to talk about?
Of course.
Yes.
Also for
we have to.
And you know, the communication that breaks off, because our baby wapa and common nimo. Near say man sorry, I know where you start to table so and wherever they keep their money, then he is gone. Until just a biasa. Into Obana yam shishina. No afa phone say, hey, na ete say na utia he, so maybe na me wa ha me ba. Okay, and then I know asa. Obeba no kra no oba no kra wada. There are women too that if their husbands have gone out, or their husband, if their wives have gone out and they are not even back, on to me now. But the communication has broken to the extent that you couldn't work or you're comfortable better, as if there is no third person in the house. Me person me who a debe and cramp on it to me money to me basa. Couples getting to the point where communication is not there. We can't talk about the kids. We can't talk about how to plan for our future. We can't talk about what we even eating or how to even change the menu. What could be the reason why that communication barrier would be very strong when it comes to marriage?
First, I would say most often we would, how do you call it? The first thing I want us to look at is the foundation. How did you start?
Okay.
How did the relationship start?
Okay.
Because Doc said something about friendship. If you are very good friends with your partner, because you don't feel the love, there are times the love will just go down, but friendship would always be there. So were you friends from the beginning, or okay, maybe 35, I feel I have to get married? You talk to your mom or you talk to your auntie, oh girl be what has say, or yeah dear pa or boadier, they go and bring the lady to you, you get married. So from the beginning you just wanted to get married, you didn't get to know the person. Internet communication wasn't so intense from the beginning until whilst they're in the marriage, it continues like that. And the other school of thought, another group of people, they said they were good friends, but trust was broken along the line. Something happened that injured the trust that the two of them are in. Right now I don't trust her anymore.
There's nothing to talk about.
Yes, I'm still healing, I'm trying to heal, but when I try to heal, I remember what she did, or she remembers what he did. Then let me just forget about it. I mean, for that, but because of the kids, I'm here because of the kids, and you know, they are no longer communicating like they used to communicate from the beginning. So that is what I mainly see talking to people, interacting with people to me who say these are the two main areas. It makes communication die.
Also, hold it for me. Let me go for a short break, and then when I come back, remember we are discussing communication in marriage. Ba Edinburgh Life Matter Jimeje to answer na me kosa me short break na me kasa ye kasa efa communication in marriage ho na osofo e kan bibi say ade etumi si eye awarefo mu na ema omonkomobo ekofom me say bia na gide bia na nke wa aware ni mu no eni ho biom and also say wo de tete aware ni bi na ye ma wo wo ma me hu say anti akosua ne baba no ne hu twa wonso so ne baba ma no nso so hu twa na waso aware nti na ya fa na amount adamfufa bia ni wa na ewo eye wo ne anti akosua ba ne ntem nti ama monko mobo no but eno kra me wo question bi bisa Dr. Josephine. Doctor, when you said those days ye ma me mo ye me ma me sa o ye ne koma papa aware na ma me aso aware na papa bi kan say e ka che me ma me auntie say oh onya abayo an ni da from kakra obetumi ne na abobra anka ope na oton eduane no say Mrs. Aba ho na hwem nti ma me woni da onim no wan hia no okona but they've been good they've been very good na me ba be hwe insunsunye kakra bia na eda ye ma me mumu any ye ne in terms of that kind of, because pastors have, I know some pastors who have literally married their members for one of their ministerial partners outside the country, especially people outside the country. But then the bani man is here, but not Adam Fufobia, and you better say modernity, no. So, but my young share what couples can do to maintain a healthy communication, very important. Nyama aware for ye betumi aye in shisha ye betumi ahye ewo ya ye fie na aboa ma ye nkomodie no say ye broken trust to say ye ebufuo bi o say ye disagreement bi antumi interrupt that point because say ye ba yare na ya ko a na e wo say dey abofra no ko hospital na me medwuma time em permit me na ebia na wo betumi anya kwan afi wedwuma ma nti ye nka ho asem hu ni mpakra ene abofra ko hospital efi say ye bu efu ye ho osafa nka asem bebo asem beba nti Dr. Josephine, how do we maintain good communication in our marriage, in our relationship, at our workplace, every aspect of your life in kwan ben ye befa so a ye betumi maintain a good communication?
Okay, so before I come to your question, I think the issue, I have taken my time to study marriage for a very long time because of some peculiarities and some challenges I face. So I took time off to study various aspects of marriage.
Okay.
One thing I've realized is we marry really wrong, and then we marry with a wrong foundation, wrong mindset. And I realized that we, especially we Christians, we are not prepared for marriage.
A lot of us.
Yes, most of us are not prepared for marriage, and most of them, they are just too bent on the ceremony. They forget about
the actual business.
With marriage. See, marriage is not about love.
And yet, although I'm telling you, also for anyway,
marriage is not about love.
And marriage
is a decision.
Yes.
Okay, it's a decision between two people.
Yes.
To partake on a particular journey. Okay. So if you don't realize that you have taken a decision to do something and it has an outcome, and you have some responsibilities, and you let your emotion come to play, I say. Okay, that is why in the olden days the marriages were working and now it's not working.
Yes.
Okay, it's the mindset. It's how we approach it.
Yeah.
Okay, it is a decision and it is not about love. You the woman, you have not, even the Bible doesn't talk about love when women.
Yeah.
And the love has to be from the side of
the man.
The man. Okay, so you the woman, you have to submit. If you don't get that balance right,
and
the marriage that won't work. No matter what you do and no matter what you bring on board, or no matter the kind of feelings of love you experience, it won't work. And those are some of the things that affect these issues of communication.
Yeah.
So if you get it right and you know that I am in this marriage, I have a responsibility to play, I have a role to play. And one of the roles is to do this, is to do that, take care of my home, take care of my kids, take care of my husband, and all that. If you know, it's like as if going to work. You know the responsibility
at your workplace. When you know by dada.
Exactly.
Boss
say,
oh,
you have your responsibility. That is how marriage should be. You have your responsibility. Whether your husband is doing this or doing that or has cheated, you need to know what you want to do where you are. Then you do what you're supposed to do. Communication is part of it. Talking about certain things is part of it. Some people don't talk about the difficult things before they get married. And they get into the marriage and they discover certain things and now they find themselves in a limbo. If you don't communicate well before marriage, you cannot communicate well after marriage.
Yes.
if you don't experience certain things before marriage, you can't go inside and say, so those are some of the things. If you know what you are supposed to do, so and it takes two. If the woman is doing it right and the man is not doing it right, it won't work.
It won't work. Yeah.
If one wants to initiate communication, the other one doesn't.
It's not ready.
You can't communicate with somebody who's not ready to communicate. Okay, so it is a holistic thing. And it takes two to make it work. If it doesn't work, it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
So both of them should be ready to make it work. And most of them should realize that we have something more important than what we feel towards each other. I have a responsibility to take care of my children and my wife and my children.
Yes.
To take care of a home. I have a responsibility to submit and make a home.
Yes.
If you know those things, even if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, I know my own, I know my duties, I have to do it.
Yeah.
If we don't get the concept right, we will not get the whole thing right.
Yes, the whole book will not even,
exactly.
We can't put it together. Osofo, Dr. Josephine said that, and you're done and you're worried. Honestly, do you agree?
Oh yes, I do.
And for me, when I was going to marry, my pastor asked me, why do you want to marry Apostle? After we have answered, he said, if you have told me you love him, and come and say I'm a watch I go 4 years I come, you know, it's any door because you end up in the marriage and you know say any door. And it's not that you don't love your husband or you don't love your wife, but it's not a priority. But it is the journey you think say, oh, Bema we made to me now. Let's look at you making the home. The woman being submissive. And yes, say being submissive, and they say you don't also have an opinion or a voice.
No.
However, how should couples even behave in terms of communication in the house? Do we draw an itinerary, or do we have a yearly resolutions that each and every time we know that BBC and so until we say whilst we are working to achieve it, we talk about the important matters around the thing.
At the end of the day, I believe marriage should also make you a better person than you were before you got married. And you know, beyond procreation, having kids, I see you, I have butterflies in my tummy. There should be a reason why, okay, I want to be the president of Ghana. I've seen this beautiful lady.
You want to make her the first lady?
Yes. She wants to only be a banker. Will she push me to get there when I go and buy the forms for a parliamentary candidate? Will she be going to rallies with me?
Or be at the bank?
When I feel broken and people are saying all sorts of things on the radio about me, will she say, honey, don't worry, we'll still make it? Will she cheer me on? Like in the case of Job, Bible said the wife of Job told him, curse God and die. Curse God and die. Because she was used to a particular kind of life and now things changed and Charlie curse God and die. So at the end of it, you have to find out, who am I getting married to? Does she understand my vision? Do we share in the same vision? Does she buy into my vision? Or will I also be able to help her get to where she wants to get? With that, you know, there's always something to talk about. You don't have to even necessarily prepare, okay, today we will talk about our food, we have to talk about this. There are times where you have to have difficult conversations, like doctor said, okay, how many kids do we want to have? Okay, the kid is growing, what school? Those, there are times,
we have to change their school, or we have to maintain, or do we have to stop snack, or whatever.
Those times will come, but if you have a common goal or you have a common vision, you always have something to talk about.
So the first point we want to make here is that for effective communication in marriage, there should be a common goal.
Right.
There should be a purpose.
Of course.
And you always have to know the reason why wouldn't impano etina. Minim sa wanu see mama watu aso. But mama chef for embremu. Again esi wo ho kwan na wo ne wo ho kafo. Oba wo ne neti be ma wo ne neti okuna wo ne ne wo ko muntumi ni nkomo. Se ba mu future muntumi ngbo nkomo. O ebi na yepese ye to asase we. Yepese bia na yesi 2 bedroom. Wonim say musika betumi asi chamber and hall for the meantime. But muntumi nka ho asem. And then ene ewo relationship ma esi ho kwan ama mo komodie mu entumi endi mu. Frame me ewo 054325611189 0532561189. 0989. Now so far we drink tre e we your topic no ho so far bra pa show kai say wo fra lo a TV set no na tie wo ho e wo phone nim se na be ya yenkomo twetwe ne ebetumi akoso eyi your WhatsApp numbers no so on screen so 0549 673 449. Now so the WhatsApp messages no e dey aba wo di ni baby a wo de wo message ni fi no so ehia ye papa your call numbers no biom e 0532 561189 and as we show TV no so a obe send numbers no osofo yeah,
no, as I was saying, so you have a common goal. It's very easy for you. Yamfa, even though it's a bad story, no, let's use them as an example. Ananias and Safira.
Yeah.
The woman wasn't there, but they were able to connive your burial. Baba, your husband sold the land. He said he sold the land for 1,000 cities. Oh yes, we sold the land for 1,000 cities. We even
he's a very calculated woman.
They even though their goal was wrong, it was a very good goal, and they were achieved it together. Yes, in terms of communication.
Yes.
And it worked for them. And you know, if you find a partner who you have a common, say you know, we mostly look at the physical, like she's nice, she has this, but you realize that okay,
career
upstairs. She's not deep.
We are not even looking at it, Boo. We hardly look at it. Mami ma who make kakra na membra. Tell me the role of listening in communication. Say when you make kasa na meeting because couples be ohano ma omu di nkomo no or when phone so. When they can oh hey babe. At the moment only how you been doing your things usually in the house, but at the moment you come in a different way, different approach people. On to me, I identify not when the phone so. Ube come no ube can be on pidani people when him say you might, you know, listening. What role does it play in communication?
You cannot communicate without listening.
Okay.
Because in order to communicate, if it's a verbal communication, somebody is speaking, transmitting a message. You have to.
Okay.
Okay, you would have to. So the listening is part of it. Because if you don't listen, you cannot receive the information.
Okay.
And if you don't receive, you cannot give an appropriate answer. So that means that you truncate the course of communication.
Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Afternoon.
Me patrol would you baby or free free?
The cassette free job.
Patrol would the same. Me patrol, yes. Me patrol for I didn't train a bright you.
Man, be leaking. That's what I know what I didn't come over there. Only the say, wait. Ama as who can send me break and I want to do all some fee. What be I was seeing now, we are the or send me break.
And you know, who say money be a wiki because who take a can was some children and I just say, I said, who you move now? But only one Canadian trail.
No, I got another dump for 400 years. You could see.
Okay. And also to me, Sim who quine, Sam to me, and
nearby words I didn't know and I was some big brother.
Okay. I think it's a very good point. May that see say once so afraid. I was also bet to me afraid. My messages are coming through. Dr. Josephine addressing me call and mommy.
Okay. What he's saying is very, very important. I mean, some people don't know how to keep their mouth shut. And there are some information that you wouldn't want it to be out there. But that now you should know your wife or your husband.
Okay.
I say but I didn't just say many didn't come, but wouldn't even come on only big. And I level only become. What to me, I picking that dream or a woman knew the whole picture.
Okay.
But when they need to say, now you didn't come and call car very proud and cow pay. Bibi says, what to make picky or banana because Nyansa.
Yes.
I had a year near my be to make picking a dream, but wouldn't even move quite over fast. The Naka, if only himself Bonamania.
About body mamma, yes, is here.
Your banner, so bit or your jury, and so on a bon common. And so point and then Yansa, so be sending me for Yansa on any bed approach. I said no one only never come to many names to swim. But I say how I only never come. onko hunu fa nkonko pi and then chesa wona was winning team and yes enkomodie e babe you should communicate we say who nipa kon send you should see and how only be doing nkomo and you wait na obema wa ware aye basa because obe truncate communication e say wona wo you ni bon nkomo ba hunia obeka dodo a obeka baby I would try level be na say be cause problem I mean chance level no but still you should do the communication in
and yes communication etumi etwa where the Philip or the way if we cast okay wager barrier or say communication is very important. However, some wives thinks only about themselves, so anytime you raise a point concerning us they brush it off.
If Bible says the foundation is destroyed, what would the righteous do?
Yeah.
At the beginning, like, who is she?
Okay.
What did you see? And, is she a selfish person? Because some people are naturally like that. They will only talk
when it matters
yes,
to them.
Yes, inform who they need something and some of them come out, but say, a problem. But the moment you don't need money from her, you just need a listening ear. You need someone to talk to, not to take something off your chest. Usha say my common as well, my bro, and then kolana mama bread do. Then she brushes you off. But so no here bibia, she would want your attention. So from the beginning, while you people were talking, did you note all these things down? I say you're hoping saying marriage she will change. Because some people go into marriage with that notion, so okay, it'll be a best. But if the tree is growing now one straight in, send your bend in the side. From the beginning, it's true. Some people are naturally like that. She didn't grow in a community of people. Okay, they are taught how to help each other or to look out for each other. Naturally, and that's how she is.
Yeah.
Bibi found one, and you not seem too much. I just had never can. If you find yourself in such a situation, we are not saying say leave the marriage. But it is work. Every human being is subject to change. Make deliberate steps. No, you have to change. We are together. We are in this together. Why don't you always want to hear me out? I just say, "Baby, here one son now. You open up, but when it's my turn, you just turn a deaf ear on it."
Okay, so Martha Community 4 say, my husband always would not say anything when I raise any communication or consent concerning our improvements in the marriage. Example, when it comes to the children, how we're going to move forward in our marital life, our individual upgradements. Anytime I bring the conversation, the response I get is silent. Doctor?
Okay, so like Reverend was saying,
that's important aspect of the communication.
It boils down to the foundation, okay, and then the kind of person you choose. And all these signs, you see them when you are dating the person. But most of the time, we
ignore the red flags.
Yes. And these are some attitudes of people who are not mature.
Okay.
They are signs of immaturity.
Yeah.
Immaturity doesn't mean that the person is, showing boyish signs, or the person doesn't have money, or the person is not working. Some people are immature in marriage.
Yeah.
They may be mature in their when it comes to job or making money, but when it comes to the concept of marriage or raising a family, they are immature. And there are some couples, there's this discrepancy where one sees himself or herself to be superior. On per se or no but discussing maybe. Some of them want to take sole decision of certain things. Or not decided, school or then in Babylon decided we decided. Your person will decide the cash off and you go we. On no one discuss it. When you see a husband like that, and just who won't hire who as a partner.
And then what day? Also for Josh. Let me read this one, and then this is Forsen or the way every nungwa or say my wife will not. Also, I will come back. Josh, come back. Forsen, come back again. Come back again with your message for me, okay? And then you can still also call us if your message is not clear. So please call me and let me hear you. Let me hear you out. But I'll try and put it together. Also, for marrying somebody who is not ready to sometimes a lot of marriage you go in as a partner, no. Onye ready so be papa. Onye ready so be mommy. Onye ready crampo so be yere. But you have made the commitment. Enti utu free menye waka.
That's why we're having a program like this to help them.
Okay. It's very important. Enti in this situation on your day.
Number one, I believe, sir, you should have accountable people in your life.
Okay.
People are, when situations like this, you can run to them.
Okay.
Because the first point, of course, shouldn't be quit. No.
Okay.
There should be people you can go to them. Ebia, ukuno ferry obi.
Okay.
Lay it out before them. If you are in a church, talk to your pastor. If there's a counseling unit in the church, your pastor will refer the issue to the counseling unit. And I say, if you are not the church type, their parents, they are elderly people who are respected, you can place it before them. If all these things, all these avenues are exhausted, now still the person is still adamant on person, then we can look at the others. But I believe that by the time we get to that point, now oyenipa obetie kakra, because some people don't know that kind of, because they were raised with tough love.
Okay.
Tough love in the sense that we who send him a papa he doesn't know that. So okay, my partner ne papa ti holding or doing school fees.
The preparation. Even you have talked about foundational. The foundation. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, mommy. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Hello, afternoon. Pacho lower TV no na tie wo phone nim. Na yentumi din komo. Pacho wo din ni baby offer me free.
But the papa engineer.
Me pacho ma wanu ko.
Hello.
Hello.
Pacho.
Me te won kanti kasa me tie o. Also for mommy reading forcing messages. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Me pacho me tie wo. Wo din ni baby offer me free.
Pacho me din sir.
Okay, Florence.
Ama me din ama.
Ama pacho for what doing tre bra why? Forcing the mess or say in my house we don't communicate. Our responsibilities are done individually. And you know, no patchen say ye be ye bibia won nya ope na waye. Nti say bia na provisions are wo de wonya usika na wataba. Say bi wo say bi no wonya na wataba. So there is omun communicate. Ni obia be in their home, we do everything individually. So now anything your strength can do, you do it.
Genesis 2:18, God said, "Say it is not good for man to be alone.
Okay.
I'll make a helpmeet for him." And you know, that is the underlying factor of marriage.
Yeah.
You cannot do everything alone.
Two is better than one.
Yes, it makes the work easier. And you know, if you are in a marriage where you have this individualistic mindset, you don't need a prophet to tell you, say, it will fail.
No. Yeah.
It's dead on arrival.
That's also the also for your address it has failed. You'll be a no why.
Yes, they are roommates.
Yes.
Of marriages like that.
Yeah.
Just roommates. So they are.
And the school fees are what was can work with you.
They are roommates. They are just sharing responsibilities. So.
Well, they are not sharing responsibilities. So Dr. Josephine. Okay, obi aye bi. Nti nya wo da also say ye na waye.
Mucha rent and
Also for me time no nya yembre. I have two more messages I will want to put across. I have one from Kanda CAC. Mamin Kai. I say I love your show. You are looking beautiful and your guest. Thank you so much, Ruthie. I say, how will I know if my partner don't have a good communication skill?
You would see it. It's so obvious. But I think it has happened to me before.
Okay.
And I called it quits because you see there are important things you want to talk about, and the person probably wants to postpone it. You see, some people, they are not comfortable when you bring certain things up.
Okay.
When you bring sensitive topics up,
Okay.
they either want to postpone it, or they just keep quiet over it.
Give me some time to think about it, and they never think
they
about.
never do think about if something concerns you, how the person responds to it.
Okay.
You see, when you are dating, there are so many things, but we just get enveloped in the whole feeling of I love the person.
The butterfly feeling.
And
We know why you're not.
Yes, and you ignore all those things.
Yeah, when the rent pressure begins to come, you realize that the love, no.
Whether
I told you.
It in life or not depends on how the person speaks, the person's vision, what the person wants to do, even the work, the current work the person is doing, the person's attitude towards work. Okay, you see, is the person very committed? Is that your boyfriend is stealing from work? That means he's a thief. The person doesn't go to work early. The attitude towards work is bad. How he's talks about the bosses, how his future plans. But some people are nowhere, but they are content. Where they are, they think it is okay. Meanwhile, you want a better life for yourself. You can't be with somebody like that. Somebody that maybe a person wants to come and marry you. But then when it comes to big commitments, with the end of China, you don't see any. My sister, my brother, the signs are always there. Okay. You meet a girl, the girl is not working. The girl just wants a phone. The girl is doing. The girl doesn't want to really do any proper work. When they pay, even if she's working, when she gets paid, all she's interested in is buying clothes for herself. She's not interested in advancing herself in terms of the career or in terms of education or doing something for it. You think when you marry such a way, the person will help you? On your helpmate. Exactly. How? You see how the person relates to other kids, how the person maintains a home. The signs are always there. We just don't see it, or we refuse to look at it. So sometimes we don't even know that
they are red flags.
Yes.
Also, I'll come and take your take on it. Hi, good afternoon. Thank you very much for the good work. May God bless you with more wisdom. I am Gosway from Volta Reading. Thank you, Gosway. Thank you for watching us all the way from Volta. We love you also. Okay. Also, I am married, you are married, and she is searching and see. Do we have responsibilities as couples in raising good communicators, so that at least our offspring could also raise, become that kind of generation that they won't have challenges when it comes to communication? Because so want to mean kasa ye wa ware my dey not betre oba no right o pe bibi kon bisa onya obi a fridge na no me my house if you don't ask and you take, you are in trouble. So everything, and sometimes they will even ask permission. You're like, oh, this one too, you come to ask me. But you have taught them
in a
yes
particular way.
So do we have some kind of responsibility as couples
really
who are doing well to raise their daughters and then the sons that they are producing to spring up a generation where we won't have to sit on programs like this to talk about communication in marriage?
We really do. We really do, because if we don't, what children, it's said that children normally don't do what we tell them. They do what they see us do. And when they see us talking a lot, mom and dad, they always have something to talk about. They're always talking about. They get to learn that it's important for you to communicate. Okay. I'm sure, even though Bible did not say it, I'm sure if Adam and Eve were communicating very well, when the snake came, she wouldn't have eaten the fruit.
So someone want to tell us that from the foundation we have lost it. But there is hope for us. So Jesus did the miracle for us.
Of course.
And my time is up.
So it's very important that as a couple you have to talk. The necessary things, the unimportant things. No, it's not necessary. Just talk. Talk about everything.
Okay, so that at least our children begin to watch us do the talking, and then they will also grow up doing that. I know couples who talk very well, and their kids are outstanding even in school. And when they come to leadership positions, they put these children there. Some time ago, Miss Bell issue came up with the son, blah, 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 blah. However, I see so in a way, I wasn't surprised. I'm not interested in the content or the words or whatever he was about. his ability to speak. Utumi who say a trait to be a war or mommy hunty. I wasn't surprised raising him single-handedly, no. At least what me pass it on. Probably be a jume mo hawa. Oni ne employees no e kasa te so mo ka bibia anti ama abofra so to me are very outspoken. Doc, what your advice for us? Families, marriage, we don't have to fail, honestly. Every aspect must work. Ye perfect, ye don't cry, ye perfect. But ye kakra nya media maye no. We are supposed to make sure say we hold it dear and glorify God with it. We put to be our relationship. Near all be worry. No worry this Saturday. No be worry next week Saturday. In terms of income, to me in income, there's nothing like marriage.
Marriage is not a done deal. Marriage is a journey, and a journey that involves two. And communication is the bedrock of it.
Yeah.
Okay, and it should start prior to the marriage.
Okay.
If you don't do the work before the marriage, it would eat. If your foundation is not right, it will destroy the whole thing. And secondly, we should know that we have to. It's something that we have to continue working at, and it takes two. One person cannot do it. If one person does it and the other one does it, it wouldn't work. So if you are good and your partner isn't, the marriage will not work. It takes two. It takes two.
Also, for you are fine now, then I close. But please, you are not advising us because doctor has given us all the advice. But please, God's way says that please, I am not married yet, but I have a girl I want to marry her, but she don't want me to meet her parent. Please, what should I do? Please tell God's way what he should do.
Leave her.
Also, for your camera. God's way, I know you are watching us from Volta. Please listen to us.
God's way, leave her.
If she's not ready for you to meet her parents, please leave her and move on. I want to say thank you very much for coming, Pastor Gosh. I know you're going to come back again, and to you, Dr. Josephine, please come back again because my journey is far. So in future so thanks to Ofori, our executive producer, the papa of the house, Prophet Nakwa Isaac. God bless you, my caller. God bless you, those of you who sent me the message. It's a love month, and next week I have something for you. And the one who called me that Opiska is a love month, okay? So I'm going to bless you with something. And next week, I believe I'm going to bless more people. See you next week, right here in this house on Life Matters. We have other shows coming up. Please don't change the dial. I'll be back. Lifestyle, fashion, health, family, business, death. These are all what's made up of life. Life sometimes can be very confusing. That is why I am coming on Life Matters, a program that seeks to address all life issues, real talk, real discussion. We all have a story to share. Let's talk about it on Life Matters. Every Saturday, 2 to 3 p.m. on Jericho TV. I am Kedi, your host.